Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. In this video, I want to talk about taiji push hands. And it's important when it comes to incorporating push hands into your Tai Chi training. Now, many people who do Tai Chi don't actually do push hands. And you got to kind of wonder how good their Tai Chi is if they don't do push hands. Because push hands is going to basically be your way of having fun with your Tai Chi and testing yourself on how you've been doing with your Tai Chi form. Okay? Why do I say this? Zhongding, or central equilibrium in Tai Chi, in its simple explanation would be your center, right? Like how well you're keeping your center. Now, when you're doing your Tai Chi form, this should be something that you're focused on when you're doing your form. How centered are you? If while you're doing your form, somebody walked up to you and challenged your center. Now, I'm not talking about while you're doing a form, somebody just comes up to you and just manhandles you and pushes you. Okay, this isn't what we're talking about, because we're just talking about testing your center in a controlled manner. Okay, so if you're doing your form, let's say you're stepping out into a part horse's mane, right? At any point in your transition from moving from one stance to another stance to another stance, while you're doing the movement, your zhongding can be challenged. Now, if you're not understanding what I mean about transitioning from your stances, that simply means when you're doing a Tai Chi movement, say part horse's mane, you're moving from one movement into another movement when you're doing a form. So there's a sequence of actual stances that you're moving through, right? So you'll move from like an empty stance or a T stance into a taiji stance, into a bow and arrow stance, something like this. So while you're in a T stance, your center can be challenged, your zhongding can be challenged. And then as you move into a taiji stance, like if I'm in a T stance, your zhongding can be challenged. When you move to a taiji stance, your zhongding can be challenged. And then when you transition into a bow and arrow stance, your zhongding can be challenged. Okay? Somebody just nicely comes up and puts some pressure on your center and try to push you over. Okay? So like they put some tension, some backward force onto your center. Are you centered? Are you rooting it down? Is your energy sunk that you could take this? Or are you up, uncentered, and as you get pushed, you fall back? Okay? So it's important to see this zhongding in action while you're doing your push hands. So let's just talk about like single push, for example. So as I come up to, I'm standing in a bow and arrow stance, and I come up into a ward-off position, okay, or a pong. So whether you always want to keep your shoulder sewn, so whether your arm is straight across or your elbow is down in this ward-off position, doesn't really matter which one you do, okay, whether you're kind of up or kind of down, whatever. But you're in Pong, right? Now, and then as somebody's coming in to push you, your Pong is being challenged right here, right? Your Pong, your center, your Zhongding, everything at this moment is being challenged. So it's good when you actually have somebody pushing against you in a push hands situation, okay? As the push comes in and you song and you yield and you come to the side and then come back toward their center, okay? You're practicing a few different things here, going forward and backward, right? In your Taiji principles, your 13 Taiji principles, move forward, move backward, movement forward, movement backward is one of the 13 Taiji principles. So when you're doing your single push, you're getting to move forward and backward, right? Whether I'm moving or if I'm standing here, I'm still moving forward and moving backward. You're getting to practice Pong, your Pong, right? You're getting to practice being Song, not worrying about muscle tension. And you're getting to practice Lu, and then you're getting to practice Ji, right? So you're going in, like so, toward their center. So now you're challenging their center, right? Now, on another aspect, your hand is practicing this kind of circle pattern here. So it gets this habit of going out like this, right? Like this, out, like that. Now, if somebody comes to punch me in the face, you're already used to doing this. Hand up, right? Deflecting to the side, like this. The other hand is free, of course, to do whatever it wants, but typically we have our hand on the elbow as the arm is coming in to protect our face against getting hit with an elbow, okay? So you get to practice this deflection right here, this ward off, this Pong, but also you're warding off an incoming attack to the face and deflecting it to the side. And then if you need to, then you strike their face. In Taiji, you'll notice we always have our hands open. Well, I can't say always, but majority of the time your hand is open. So as a strike comes in, and I'm used to doing single push, it gets moved to the side, and then the left hand comes up, and it's ready to poke in the eyes, hit in the throat, whatever you need to do, okay? So just getting in the habit of practicing this movement gets you used to dealing with stimulus. Somebody's putting their hand toward your chest, toward your face, whatever, and you're dealing with that in a nice, controlled way of doing Taiji push hands. Because when you're doing Taiji push hands, it's just like doing the form. You're going slow and everything is controlled, okay? So if you're doing Taiji and you're not doing push hands, I think you should rethink that. I think you should start learning how to do some push hands patterns, because once you get started doing some push hands patterns, some hand patterns, they actually get fun. The game of push hands gets fun. It challenges your Taiji, and it gives you a little competitiveness with a person that you're doing push hands with, because you get to play a little game, okay? So I challenge you that if you're not doing push hands, but you are doing Tai Chi, I think you should start practicing push hands. Find a partner, somebody that's interested in Tai Chi, or maybe they're not doing Tai Chi yet, but they may have a little bit of spark. You should invite them over, or you should go to their house, and you should practice some Tai Chi push hands together. You may find that the person that you get to practice push hands with you may not even want to practice the Tai Chi form itself. They may just want to practice the push hand stuff. That's fine too. At least you'll have a training partner that you can practice push hands with. So, like I said, I challenge you to start doing push hands if you're not doing it already. Thanks for watching the video. Stay safe. Have yourself a blessed day. Keep practicing. I'll see you in the next one.